So lately, I've been thinking a lot about peace, not just what it means for me, but how differently we all experience it. So I went to the beaches of LA and asked strangers one question: what does peace mean to you?
How do you create peace within yourself during challenging times? The first question: when you hear the word peace, what image or scene comes to mind?
I think unity, people helping each other, like with no agenda.
How usually breathes up.
I think I would say, I don't know why I'm thinking about the Lion King. Okay. Where all the animals just come together and he's raising up Simba, and everybody's just sitting there looking at the animal like coming up.
Still water. Water that's just still. It's just not moving, no movement. That's peace, peace, is tranquil.
Like the ocean, the beach, where the water is just calm and the birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and you just chilling. That's what I think about.
Can you describe a moment in your life when you felt completely at peace?
Yes. I would say it was when I was very little and I had just gotten an award and everybody was very happy for me. And all my family, despite their differences, came together and just celebrated this big award. And they just sat there and, we're really happy about it. So we kind of just set aside our differences and celebrated just a pivotal moment in my life.
The first time I looked into my son's eyes, I was born.
I would say like on one of our vacations that we went to, because we were in San Diego, which is our favorite place to go, and we was just chilling and having a good time, and like I really felt at peace just being on vacation. There's no schedule, there's no rush to do anything. We just on our own time. That's about it.
The gym, for me, is my peace. That's a place where it's like my sanctuary. It's just me and my music, and just I feel like I'm developing myself, and I don't have to worry about the outside world. It's an escape.
Wow. Water to me brings peace, which is like one of the reasons that I'm out here today. I have stage 4 cancer, and so I brought my baby out. But water to me, anytime I'm around water, ocean, I love to take cruises. Just like the vastness of it, how big it is, and the way it moves, and the sound that brings me peace.
Maybe more for me, peace means when people are able to come together and agree. Just come to agree. And yeah, just agree. Yeah, that's honestly like my peace moment when people are able to agree.
Probably when I got married. I was very comfortable in that agreement, and it was something that me and my partner agreed to, and no one else knew besides the photographer and the officiant. So I felt total peace because I knew what I was doing was something that was meant to be, that I prayed to do.
Question number 3. Do you think your gender influences how you experience or define peace? If so, how?
I think it's different for everybody, regardless of gender. I feel like everybody has their different, they have different aspects of what peace means to them and different understandings of what their peace is. I think it's more of like a characteristic thing, like based off of your character and who you are, that like determines what, I guess, is peace, like what peace means to you.
Absolutely. I think as a female in today's world and in the society, being somebody who's gay, being someone who's hyper feminine, you come around into a public place and, if you were to encounter a situation where somebody's trying to come on to you and you tell them, hey, no, like I'm not interested, I like women, it just becomes a very hostile environment. So it gets very uncomfortable very fast.
For sure. I still believe in gender roles, personally. I feel like there's things that men can do that women can't. There's things that women can do that men can't, and it's beautiful that way. That's what creates this world that we've created.
No, I don't think it does. To me, that don't really have nothing to do with peace.
Yeah, I don't think gender has anything to do with just being at peace. It's just like it's a state of mind. It's how you feel in that moment of peace. It don't have nothing to do with gender.
I don't think my gender influences how I define peace. I think at the end of the day, sometimes people experience it differently, and everybody may not relate with the traditional genders of like male and female. So they may experience it differently. So for me, my peace may be differently than the traditional values of like gender. So yeah, I'm done.
Question number 4. What do you believe is the biggest obstacle to achieving peace in your personal relationships?
Ego.
I think ego. Communication.
I think it's communication.
Not knowing how to separate yourself from people to take away your peace.
I think the ego is an obstacle every time, because even like when you're in the midst of a battle, sometimes you're so stuck on what your perspective is and you just cannot let it go. And that will keep you from getting peace every time if you're not willing to compromise and take your ego out of it. That's it.
Same as well, just having that emotional intelligence and being able to create those boundaries and that communication.
I feel like sometimes we hear what we want to hear instead of actually listening to what someone's trying to tell you or trying to convey. That's the biggest. If we can just all take a deep breath and learn how to calmly try to express ourselves, I think that would create a stage for peace to be able to form.
Ego, I think, is the biggest thing, because I don't think people really try to understand the other person. They more so they listen so that they can argue back against their point. They listen so that they could try to win the argument, and it is not from a place of listening to actually understand the other person and understand the person in your relationship with, the connection with might be. And I think a big part of it is ego and trying to be right rather than trying to have unity and love and connection.
So relationships to people that frustrate your area, frustrate your space, not being able to separate that, like, you know what, I'm cool on y'all, I'm just gonna go home and be where I'm at peace. Not knowing how to separate the relationship with people who take away your peace.
Ask the question again.
The question number 5 is, how do you create peace within yourself during challenging times?
Being able to set off those boundaries.
Oh, that's hard. Okay.
It goes back to the gym. I'm not gonna lie, working out, in general, overall taking care of my health and my wellness. I'm diving more into spirituality too, taking care of my spiritual wellness. But more so for me, if I'm going through a hard time, my peace is running at the beach at night when nobody's there. But going to the gym, whatever it might be, I get my peace from there when I have it.
Praying to God and just reading His Word and knowing His Word. That's what gives me peace when challenging stuff comes up.
So I create peace during challenging times by my other senses, by touch, sight, what I meditate on. So if I really feel in multiple areas that my sight and vision and me meditating on it, that it's peaceful, or even my dreams, I know that's real core peace. It's something I agree with, and that's how I work on my peace.
If this made you feel differently about peace, then like, comment, and subscribe, and we're just getting started.